initially Vitalik, I and Jeff, sort of core coders, core engineers, decided to do together. In the end, Jeff wasn't really up for the startup life. Actually, soon after, he left Ethereum to pursue video games, which left Vitalik and me. And Vitalik sort of felt it necessary to stick with the Ethereum Foundation and work as more of a sort of academic role.
So you said you co-founded Ethereum in 2014. Why did you join them as co-founder and CTO?
It was, I identified it as an incredible opportunity and immediately realized that I should dedicate my life to this right now. I mean, not maybe for the rest of my life, but for some period to come yet to this. It had the right combination of being innovative at the right time, have people that were competent, at least some, and dedicated, and have a sort of ready and willing to understand market or public. I mean, very small slice of the public, but still. And honestly, I was curious. I thought it was a very interesting project. I thought it could really go very far and really contribute to at least what I understand are the principles of Enlightenment liberalism.
What is that?
So basically, this concept of this optimistic view of society and development that was developed in the 400 or 500 years ago in the West.
What is Ethereum's biggest achievement to date?
Maybe like CryptoKitties. I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. I heard that Ethereum made the most millionaires of any project in the history of the world. Like individual millionaires. Presumably because the crowd sale was, there were lots of people in the crowd sale and the price went up enough. So if maybe that's its biggest contribution. Honestly, it's hard to say. Like, has it actually achieved all that much that's useful? Certainly nothing along the lines of what I if you'd have asked me that question 10 years ago, what I would have answered.
So if I ask you, do you consider Ethereum a success? Your answer is no.
My answer is, I think, do I personally consider it a success? Was it like a success under my metrics of success? Certainly not all of them, and probably very few. Yeah, of course it was a financial success. I mean, I think maybe there are, I could probably name one or two founders that expected it to go even higher. But
what are some of these metrics that would have made you see it as a success?
Utility.
How do you measure utility?
The number of things that people consider useful that you can do now that you could not do before. So
is this not a crypto problem in general rather than Ethereum?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, so one of the things that we sort of wanted to do, back in 2014, 15, it was like, we were coming up with all sorts of ways how freedom from trust could open up parts of the economy that otherwise just wouldn't be able to be opened. One of the nice ones that I like to think about was supply chains. So being able to go down to the supermarket and have the products all have a sort of QR code on, and being able to scan the QR code and see exactly what went into the product, when, where, and how much. It's like, I want to know when I buy a T-shirt, I want to know where the cotton came from. Now, this is really hard to do. It's very expensive if you're doing it in a centralized fashion, but I think it's like actually quite viable if you do it in a decentralized fashion. But it hasn't really been deployed. There are some supply chain crypto things, but they're very niche, very particular segments of the market, and it's really not living up to its promise in that regard. And I think this isn't the only. I think we have a lot of imagination in the crypto space. But it's not always easy to translate that imagination into real action and traction. And that's unfortunate. But the main reason, I think, is I don't think it's the technology the technology is behind the ideation for sure. And particularly the base layer technology needs to improve a lot. And that's basically why that's my bit there. I'm working on Jam to try and improve the base layer technology to make it relevant for the sorts of ideas that I think are valuable, that crypto can help with. But that's not enough. You have to make people understand the value in what it is that it does. And this is hard. In part because you're fighting with the attention economy.
Absolutely. I have an entire chapter on that. Why did you leave Ethereum in 2016?
I think it was late 2015. We had decided in 2015 that a lot needed to be done in order to make Ethereum be popularized. And we were looking for outside investment. So one of the ways of doing this is to, basically the most obvious way of doing it is to make a startup and look for outside investment, and the startup being in the Ethereum space. And this is really what initially Vitalik, I, and Jeff, the sort of core coders, core engineers, had decided to do together. In the end, Jeff wasn't really up for the startup life. And actually soon after, he left Ethereum to pursue video games, which left Vitalik and me. And Vitalik sort of felt it necessary to stick with the Ethereum Foundation and work as more of sort of an academic role. But still advise as part of the offshoot that we made at the time, ETHCore. And this we went to sort of get some funding. We took, I guess, about half of the technical staff from the Ethereum Foundation to found ETHCore. We got some funding. We made an Ethereum client. So when I sort of left the Ethereum Foundation in late 2015, it was really more of a to found this offshoot, and to do so that there could be an additional private funded entity within the Ethereum space. But I didn't actually leave the Ethereum space until I think late 2017 with the start of Polkadot.